Welcome to Senior Basketball Analyst. Today we're going to be covering the Sacramento Kings at Los Angeles Clippers. It was a down the wire game. Clippers managed to pull it out. And you know what? It was there's something that here that the Sacramento Kings can build on. They didn't have Demarcus Cousins for half the game. That turned out to be probably the biggest story of the night. He had to leave the game with a sore Achilles tendon. It doesn't appear that it's anything serious, but it is a somewhat lingering issue because he dealt with this early last year, according to the Bleacher Report. So that's something that we're going to be probably monitoring throughout the season because when big guys have leg injuries, it's always something. Leg and foot injuries for big guys always seem to linger because obviously he's taking a lot of pounding. Demarcus Cousins got to be at least 270. So it's always something that you have to look out for. The shame of it is he started at power forward tonight again. So it appears that that's going to be his position from now on. There, Willie Cauley-Stein started at center. So you had Demarcus Cousins matched up against Blake Griffin, and man, it was a barn burner. Demarcus Cousins, when he left the game, he already had 13 and 9. He had that through first half. So Demarcus Cousins was rolling. Blake Griffin was, I believe, at 25 and 5. Regardless, Blake Griffin was rolling too. So it was it was a tremendous battle between two young big men that are going to be doing this for the next at least 5 years. These two are going to be going to war. They don't, and it has an added flavor to it because they don't like each other at all. They have personal problems with each other. So they really get up for these games. And Blake Griffin was just rolling all night long. Man was 13 to 22 from the field, 37 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. And he even threw a couple steals in there. Blake Griffin just an all around beat down on these guys. And that really told the story. Once Cousins went out, basically these guys run out of big men. And that's really the problem. Omri Caspi is not a power forward. He's he's not really all that good, but he certainly isn't a power forward. He does not have, an interior skill set. And for whatever reason, and maybe Quincy AC is hurt, but he's not playing. So George Karl, the only big men that are the only forwards he brought off the bench were Costa Koufis at center and Omri Caspi. So once DeMarcus was out, they really just could not put up any kind of resistance in the interior. There were many plays where Rondo was guarding big men. That's how bad it got. Now they were on switches, but they were doing that though. They were switching and then leaving Rondo or Darren Collison on a big guy. There was a play toward the end of the game too that really irritated me. Blake Griffin just ran Rondo over. And Rondo doesn't flop. Rondo's a tough dude. We remember Rondo got his arm bent backwards against the Heat when Wade dragged him to the ground. Rondo got his arm bent backwards and they played the rest of the game with just his left hand on, or just with just his right hand. His left hand was like this. His left arm was like this. Rondo's tough as nails. He doesn't just go around doing silly stuff. Blake ran right through him. It like when they showed the replay, Blake just lowered his shoulder and ran right through his chest. That's an offense. And then when he gets to the basket, they call a foul on Koufis. That's an offensive foul. You can't go straight through the defender right through the middle of him. You just can't do that. Like not in basketball. So that was a play that was really irritating toward the end of the game. The game was tight. So it was one of those calls that should have gone the other way and been a good defensive stand for the Kings, and they needed it. They needed it badly because they were not making stops. Rudy Gay had one of those bad Rudy Gay games where he has 20 points on 23 field goal attempts, eight to 23 from the field. That's the thing with Rudy Gay. It seems like if Rudy Gay gets 15 field goal attempts, he's going to get 20. If he takes 25 field goal attempts, then he also gets 20. It just seems that way all the time. But Rudy Gay did not have a good game, and I don't really know what's going on with him, other than Lance Stephenson's defense. Lance Stephenson played a really nice game. he still did some kind of goofy stuff, but he was making some real clever passes. He just played a really nice game. Like I saw, it was going up on social media. Lance Stevenson threw a behind the back pass. Of course, he turned it over. Well, he had 4 assists and 2 turnovers. Assist to turnover ratio two isn't horrible when dude only has 2 turnovers. That's fine. 2 turnovers, 4 assists. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But the DeAndre Jordan, DeAndre Jordan, man, just be out there. Just you better take a step back and give room to wreck shop because dude is playing with an intensity and almost violence to his game. He's getting every rebound. He's blocking everything in the paint. He just plays. He plays with such tenacity and ferocity, and he takes that defense seriously. And it's really this is a credit to DeAndre Jordan's hard work, but it's also a credit to Doc Rivers as a coach. He's convinced this guy to try to beat Bill Russell. And it's interesting that you got a young kid here in DeAndre Jordan that is embracing that and trying to be this all-time great defender and rebounder. And that's really good to see because basketball is not just about scoring. In fact, it's more so about stopping people from scoring. You stop people from scoring, you can actually turn that into offense. Offense never turns into defense. So it's great to see the young man embracing his role, getting that paycheck, and then continuing to earn it and continuing. I mean, again, he is after people. It's almost violent the way he's after people. Ben McLemore has to play better. He got torched by JJ Redick tonight. And it wasn't a and Jared Dudley, it wasn't a Jared Dudley style torching where Jared Dudley, for whatever reason, said that Carmelo Anthony was overrated. I have no idea what he's talking about. Carmelo Anthony's a Hall of Famer. He's already a Hall of Famer. So I have no idea what Jared was talking about. Well, Melo apparently didn't either because Melo outscored him 37-0 tonight in their matchup. But it wasn't that bad of a torching, but you can't go out there and get 3 points and give up 8 of 9 shooting to JJ Redick. You can't do that. Ben McLemore struggles to go through screens. He struggles at almost everything. In Bellinelli, who everybody wanted so bad, Bellinelli didn't play well either because Bellinelli's he's nothing but spot up shooter. He's not very good. But McLemore just has to play better. I don't know what he's doing out there if he is giving up all these points and he can't score. I don't really know what his purpose is. The player that jumped up and that, you either love him or hate him. Some people think that it was going to be a really good acquisition. Other people thought it was going to be a disastrous acquisition. Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo got busy tonight. Got busy. And he was it was a lot of the signature Rondo plays where he's getting a rebound, he'll get off his board, and he'll kind of tap it to another guy, get a loose ball, and he's not looking when he's doing anything. It was a signature Rondo game. Rondo came out 21 assists, just playing a great game against. And again, you always have to keep in mind what we're talking about here. Chris Paul is the best player at his position, best point guard in basketball. Rondo held him to 5 of 13 shooting, playing that signature Rondo defense that we loved in Boston. Going up, guarding Blake Griffin for a couple of possessions, making good defensive stands. Rondo played great tonight, and they needed it. They wouldn't even have been in the game if Rondo didn't play a spectacular game against, again, best point guard in basketball. So Rondo was, the real signature night. I'm looking forward to this matchup going throughout the year. I was really looking forward to it because I wanted to see Rondo. I especially wanted to see Demarcus Cousins matchup against Blake Griffin, and we got a half of it, and it was spectacular. But we needed that second half, and Demarcus just couldn't go. The Achilles was busted; he couldn't go. So the next time these guys match up, I'm gonna be tuned in. I can't wait to see it. Willie Cauley-Stein, I'll wrap it up with him. Willie Cauley-Stein had another nice night, 8 points, 9 rebounds in only 22 minutes. The young man, you know the athletic ability is there. You just want to see the effort. And tonight he did bring the effort. There's just a lot of things he's just not capable of dealing with right now. And Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan are the best front court in basketball. So you don't expect a rookie, you don't expect any rookie to be able to deal with these guys the way they're playing right now. And that's what they are. They're we love Zebo in this program. We like Mark Gasol as well. They can't mess with, but as in a matchup in game, Grizzlies versus Clippers, I would expect to see them play them head up. But in terms of who you don't want to play against, you don't want to see Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan right now. You don't want to see that. So to conclude, it was a really tight game, but you knew that once Demarcus was out, it was going to be a tough haul for Rondo to carry the game by himself, and he just wasn't able to do it tonight. Los Angeles Clippers edged the Sacramento Kings at home, 114-109.